So I go to the restaurant, and I walk in. He tells me to go to the back, so to follow my manager. So I'm like, all right. And I see some dude at the table with a girl, but she had her back turned. I dap up the dude, and I look to my left, and then I see.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You guys are watching One on One on Kids Take Over right now.
Yes, sir.
Kids Take Over. It's kind of obvious it's a kid taking over. We flew from Vancouver to New York, and we're in Central Park right now, and we're with J.I. How's it going?
It's good.
Yo, bro, like, obviously when I saw the videos of you hustling at like 13 and stuff, I was super impressed. But it was like really recently when I saw the Love Scars video, the black and white video.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this kid is gonna like take over 2020.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about that video, because I thought it was like your best shot video out of all of them too.
That's crazy, because I feel like I genuinely like that video a lot. I never really realized like throughout the process what I'd create and what I'd be able to show people as far as what they visualize, but like it's kind of cool when you just put out a body of work, because it's kind of like a story tells itself,
right? Rather
than me like putting it together.
Yeah.
It just kind of puts itself all together, and people kind of depict whatever they, you feel me, imagine. But I genuinely like that video, because it was like, you know, it kind of like shows New York for what it is.
So was that in like your neighborhood kind of area?
No, that was in the Bronx.
Okay.
That was in the Bronx. I've shot maybe 2-3 videos in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
This is probably earlier, like a couple years maybe.
Okay. I thought that was, besides the video, I thought it was your hardest song too. Just because like with you, you know, your songs are like raw emotion, you know, they could be like kind of emotional, but it's also like set up to be like a club banger, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a mix of both. If there's that much emotion in the songs, right, it must mean like, you know, you probably went through a lot as a kid and whatnot.
Yeah. I grew up mainly in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Crown Heights, Franklin Ave.
Crown Heights?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we went there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's my neighborhood. I love my neighborhood. I mean, when you grow up in a hood, or wherever you grow up in general, you see things depending on what your environment is. But I feel like my music in general, I just try to put together what I've gone through, and I express it in ways other people can relate. Because that's usually what seems to work the most, I feel like. When people can relate to you, that's when they really click with you the most and the strongest. So it's kind of like, I feel like, you know, I mean, I've gone through shit that everybody else has gone through, so it's like, why not just express it in a way that everybody could just sing it? You know, and I feel like that's what works. That's what really works, and that's how people tend to, like, you know, really build on and grow a strong, big fan base.
The relatable thing is so true. I think that's even true with like media outlets like myself and stuff too, right? When you watch videos like people from Complex or Genius, it's cool and all, but then when you see someone who made it out the mud, you know, like Adam 22 or like Academics, you know, has like a personality behind it. So yeah, I totally get what you mean by that, but I'm guessing this music process thing wasn't super fast for you. It wasn't just like, okay, you put out some songs, you got huge, right? What were some of like the struggle days like, you know, like back in the day when you were just like trying to grind?
This was, it's crazy because I talk about this. I've talked about this a couple times, but like, I would say around like this time last year, but like maybe a month or two back, like around January, early January, or like early December, I was kind of like, I mean, as far as my name, I kind of got clout in 2016. That's when I first got like my breakout, and like I broke out in the industry. I was on a TV show. Yeah. And then for like a year and a half, I mean, I kind of had the clout, but then it died out, and there was a point in time where I wasn't really doing anything at all. Like I was letting months go by. I wasn't making music.
Yeah.
I was just sitting in the house, like doing nothing, and then I got into.
Why was that? You just weren't motivated, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was just smoking, like doing nothing, just being lazy, and then I guess like I finally got kicked out the crib, and I went to my father's house, and then like I was just all over the place, like failing school, this, that, and the third, and at the time music wasn't even like the main priority, because I just felt like, I don't know, I didn't really have anything going on, so I kind of just brushed that to the side. And then it got to the point where I guess I hit up my manager, and I guess something just came to me. It was like, try one more time, like let's just see where it goes. And I guess like I just tried. I'm like, but I put in the most work out of like the 4 years of me, people knowing who J.I. is. Yeah. I put in the most work, like
last year.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Like throughout like that 6-7 month gap, I was just putting in work nonstop, building singles, and then everything just started to like fall into place, and then that's kind of how everything took off.
Respect, bro. What do you think it was that like click where you're like, you know what, nah, I gotta get off my butt and like I'm gonna make this happen?
I guess it was just watching everything fall, like crumble down, I guess. And because it got to the point where I kind of realized like, wow, like I don't really have anything going on right now. And I just kind of got used to that. I got used to being in that like that space where it's like nothing's going on. So I guess I just had to break out of it.
Gotcha. So you're 18 right now?
Yeah.
What did being in a spotlight at like 14, 15 like change about the way you think about, you know, just like fans in general, like people on the internet, comments and stuff like that?
I mean, a lot of people go through hatred. I feel like social media is crazy because it's like you got two different sides, the positive and the negative side of it. But I feel like, especially in this generation, people feel like their opinion is so necessary. They feel like it's necessary to state their opinion, regardless of if it's positive or negative. So it's kind of like, it's my job to like brush it off.
Yeah.
Like, if it's positive, I pay attention, I respect it, I admire it. But like negative comments, they just, I don't know.
It's just that like being so young, you know, like that's not something you should experience. Is like.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was 14 with people like coming at me crazy, and I'm just like,
I don't even know you. Like, yeah. I was watching like some of your YouTube videos and stuff, and there was this one battle. I'm sure people have like commended you on it before, but it was with Cannon and, dude, at that, like, you know, you start off good, like throwing some like cool bars at him, but then it's like, I was impressed with your flow at the very end. Like you just kept going, you switched it up. Things that you don't see in like your regular rap battle. Do people like often commend you for that, I'm gonna guess?
Yeah, a lot of people, they know me just based off of the stuff that I've done on a TV show.
Yeah.
So it's like they acknowledge it and they admire it. Cause I was young, I was 14, so it's like people just saw a young kid who was trying to do something, you know?
I feel like even if you weren't young and you spit that like flow, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Did you watch 8 Mile, I'm gonna guess?
Yeah, you know, I was watching that shit today.
Today?
I swear to God, I was watching that today.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's like my favorite movie.
Because that reminded me of the ending of 8 Mile.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like this kid who, you know, people like don't think is gonna win or whatever, but then he comes out and just destroys everyone. Yeah, so you're probably an Eminem fan too, right?
Big Eminem fan. That's funny because that rap battle, when I was on the airplane going to like because that whole thing was filmed in Atlanta. So on
it wasn't in Detroit?
Well, not 8 Mile, the rap battle.
Oh, right.
So when I had filmed it going to Atlanta, like, I mean, I'm in the airplane just listening to all the rap battles.
Yeah.
And then, and that's funny, I was watching that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a coincidence. I know that, okay, so you're a kid, right? You're part of the new generation, but you can really rap, right? But I feel like more so often, like now, you're in like the melodic lane, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I think that's dope, you know, that you can do both. There was one specific song. I thought this melody that you made up was like literally at a Drake level. Like this one of
this part.
It's gonna go. That one. Like that's like something I hear on like Drake would make on like Views.
It's crazy because I didn't even like that. Like
you didn't like that?
I didn't. That whole melody I hated because I felt like it was too simple.
Nah, bro.
And then like this is how everything played out perfectly. Like me recording it. I recorded it late in August, so it was to the point where it's like I knew it was a summer record, but I didn't really have time as far as like me, like second guessing it, because I figured like I have to drop this, I have to drop it now because it's August. So I wanted to go back in the studio and fix that part and change it, but based off of like the timing, I had no time to like do that. So I just dropped it and said whatever happens, happens. And that's like the biggest part of the song.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how everything played off.
Yeah, I know, for real. I thought that was like so dope, and like it wasn't basic to me, you know. It's like sometimes you gotta the hook sometimes has to be a little basic, but no, that was cool. What do you I think like lyrics, right? You can get inspired by a lot of things to make lyrics, like, you know, where you are, what your family history is like, but melodies, like you can't really get inspired by many things. So what inspires you when you're in the studio? Like what's your process of making a melody like that?
I had to hear the beat first. The beat, I feel like the beat.
The drums of the beat or like the melody of the beat?
Yeah, the melody of the beat and the drums, because I feel like that definitely just determines the vibe I'm gonna go as far as like when I make the record. The beat is definitely important, and then I just try to like just think about whatever mood it puts me in. If it's in a party mood,
the mood matters.
I think about I want to party, I want to get lit. What's something people want to do? If I'm sad or if I feel like damn, I feel a type of way. Kind of think back to the pain, reflect on what I went through, reflect on what people could relate to, how it applies to me, and just put it together. It just depends on like the overall vibe I get from listening to the record.
Who do you think makes like the best melodies today?
Today, I feel like definitely Drake. Swae Lee is dope.
Yeah, Swae Lee makes some good melodies. Yeah.
Tory Lanez is pretty dope too.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, there's a lot of people doing that. I feel like, and that's such like a main thing in the hip hop industry. Like Roddy Ricch is doing his thing.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of people.
Yeah. Do you think that people nowadays don't really care much about like bars, like in the new generation? Like, do you think they only care about melodies? Is that kind of why you like switched it a little bit?
I feel like yeah, like I feel like that's the main thing. I feel like a lot of people do pay attention. I think what the artist says is important, but nowadays you got people that say nothing and it works out. So I try to say things that stand out, and because it's like, regardless if people care about that or not, I want to stay true to myself as an artist, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than just dumb it down and sound dumb.
Yeah, I do think you do like a mixture of both. There's like people who are really lyrical. There's people who just do like melodic music, but then I think you're in the middle, kind of like what Tory Lanez does. Your name is J.I., but then you also kind of go by Prince of New York, right? So if you're the Prince of New York, then who's the King of New York?
Nah, that's the funny thing is, like, the Prince of New York was my Instagram. The King of New York, I mean, that's another thing. I don't really like calling that's one thing about me. I don't call myself the Prince of New York. That was never my name. That was just always my Instagram name. And then when I went on the TV show, everybody called me that.
Yeah.
Because that's what they called me on the show.
Yeah.
And then it always stuck with me, so I couldn't really escape it.
Yeah.
But that whole King of New York, Prince of New York, I mean, that's whack. I genuinely feel like everybody has a point where they're on and then they're off. Like, there's so many people coming out. It's not really like who's the king, who's not, because it's like there's certain people that could be on top and they trash. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter. People think about who has the hottest record out. I feel like who's the better artist.
Right.
Like, nobody cares about your record. Like, that doesn't mean a thing to me. I feel like because you can have a hot ass record and then you can't rap.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
I would think of like ASAP Mob, or
Oh, yeah, yeah.
just like in the past like decade, I guess. So were ASAP Mob people that you would kind of listen to growing up? Yeah.
A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. I also like them Flatbush Zombies.
Yes.
The Underachievers. Joey Badass was
Pro
dope.
Era.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah. So I listen to a lot of those, like that boom bap, old school music.
That's crazy. You don't hear a lot of young people, like you wouldn't hear Lil Tjay saying, yeah, man, I listen to Pro Era and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any influences growing up that weren't like lyrical though?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of artists that I like Playboy Cardi. He's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really, as far as what you do as an artist, what you put together, how you say it, that doesn't really matter to me. I like all types of music now, especially now as far as what my ears listen to. I'm open to anything because I just feel like music is music now. Music could be anything nowadays.
Yeah.
So who am I to like depict what's good music and what's not? It's whatever I like, you know. So that's pretty much it.
Are you gonna be at Yams Day at all?
When is that?
It's on the 17th, but I feel like you're touring.
Yeah, I'm not
2
gonna
days.
be here.
Oh,
I'm not
damn.
gonna be here.
Damn, that sucks. It would have been crazy to see like you and like maybe like Smokey Margella on the same stage, you know?
Smokey's dope.
Yeah? You like Smokey? You know, along this journey when you're like 14 to 18, right? Do you have a story of meeting someone who you really, really were like, whoa, how the heck did like my talent bring me to this person? Like, it's unbelievable.
Oh shit. Yeah. I could definitely say Cardi B.
Oh, you met Cardi B?
No, yeah.
I know Cardi B would love you, man.
That was pretty random. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I remember I had finished signing the deal with Interscope.
Yeah. Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you. The head, my man is Joey. He's like he's top notch at the label.
Okay.
He's certified. Like that's the dude right there. That's the OG. He came down to New York, had like a dinner. He called me, my manager told us to come. So I go to the restaurant, and I walk in. He tells me to go to the back, so to follow my manager. So I'm like, all right. I'm walking behind my manager, and I see some dude at the table with a girl, but she had her back turned. So I'm just paying attention to the dude because he's facing me.
Yeah.
He was iced out and shit like that. So I woke up to the table. There's another dude behind the both of them watching like the area. So I'm like, I don't know what's that about.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah. So I walked behind my manager. I dap up the dude and I look to my left and then I see Cardi.
Oh, man.
Like, oh shit. So I reached out but that was dope. Just I didn't know she knew about me and stuff like that, but she showed me mad love.
So was that like meeting thing kind of on purpose, or like was it just like a coincidence?
I don't know. I guess it was on purpose maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah, she showed me mad love.
What'd she say to you?
Nah, she told my manager that she liked my music.
Yeah.
I think one of her nieces or cousins listen to it.
Right.
And she's a fan. Standing there, and then we went to the studio. But she's dope. She showed me mad love for real. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh shit.
Shout out to Cardi B,
Facts,
man. Yeah.
facts.
Cause yeah, I figured I was like Cardi B would definitely love your type of style, but then just you in general, you know.
Yeah, she doing her thing too. I could say she running shit right now. She doing her thing.
Well, I think before we wrap this up, I just wanted to say, you're 18. I just turned 20 like a couple months ago, and it's just unbelievable how like a younger person than me is like really inspiring me to like do better in my craft, you know. So I wanted to commend you on that, just because there's people that are younger than you that are inspired by you, and then people that are older than you that are inspired by you, right? So yeah, man, I know 2020 is gonna be huge for you, so I'm really happy for you.
Appreciate that, for real.
So, well, yo, this is Kids Take Over, and watching One on One with J.I.
Yes, sir.
Yo, guys, thank you so much for watching that video with J.I. Other than his interview, we have so much other New York content, like interviews, behind the scenes, like so much. So definitely follow the Instagram if you want updates on that, which is at Kids Takeover IG. Otherwise, it's time for the top comment. We do this every week. So let's see, on the last video, the Music Business Podcast, they commented, keep the fire content coming, KTO. Yo, I just want to say one thing. So the Music Business Podcast, I was actually listening to your guys' stuff, and you had on a guest who actually works at the same label as Pierre Bourne. Okay, so long story short, when we were out in New York a couple weeks ago, I actually met with him at the offices at the label, and we ended up doing a Pierre Bourne interview. So yeah, if you're following the Instagram, you might know that, but I don't even know when that interview's gonna come out. Like, we have so much content. So if you want it to come out, you need to comment it in the comment section below. Like the video. Let me know. Otherwise, how am I supposed to know, right? Otherwise, yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if we do drop that interview, I want you to be able to know. And yeah, watch this other interview that we shot in New York. It's there, or it's over there.